Okay, so you guys have been asking for a studio tour for a while now, so today is the day. Okay, so first and foremost, let's start out with the camera that I use. So this guy here is the Canon SL2 DSLR. It's really similar to the ADD, the Canon ADD that most YouTubers use, except for this one is about half the cost. So this guy here is about $500, whereas the ADD is about $900. It has the same sensor but a smaller body, so it still captures that same quality of video without all the extra features that the ADD has. And I don't really need those extra features because I just do my filming in here. If you're doing anything outside, like outside photography or anything like specialized photography, then the ADD would be good for you, but this guy is perfect for me. And plus, I'd rather save that money on upgrading my lens further down the line. And real quick, to make sure that everything's in focus while I'm filming, I do have the camera hooked up to my MacBook Pro over here. So for that, I just use the EOS utility that came with the camera. And that just allows me to monitor the video as I'm filming to make sure that everything's in focus and kind of going the way that I want it to, and like all my lights are good and I'm not like seeing the edge of my background here. Okay, so real quick before we move on to talking about the lens that I use, I wanted to point out this battery adapter that changed my life. So this guy is in place of the actual like standard batteries that come with the camera. So these guys just plug in, but they only last about, say, like 2.5 to 3 hours. So if you're someone who batches videos or you have like a longer time schedule than that, like for my cartoons, they take anywhere from like 4 to 6 hours. So this thing dies on me like twice in between it, and it's really annoying. So we found this guy online. This is called the DC power adapter. So with this guy, the battery never dies because it's just plugged into the wall, so it's always charging. And also, I want to mention this wired remote control. So this guy takes pictures right here, and this plugs into the camera. It's like a cord that goes all the way around, wraps around, and then plugs into the camera there. So you can take pictures on the actual camera. It's kind of a hassle. You have to go into settings and adjust it, and it's like, it's annoying to have to do every single time. So this guy is great because you literally just press it down, click it, and you can take your pictures. I did used to use a wireless one before I got this one, and that was awful. It was so annoying. First of all, they were so tiny. They were like this size, so I would lose it all the time. But anyway, it just like, it would unsync from your phone constantly, and it was just like, so annoying. And also the battery would die on it, and you'd be like, it would always have those weird ass batteries that you have to buy, like the circle ones. It's like, who has those? I don't know. But this is perfect. That's it. Also, if you guys are interested in any of these products, I'll have them listed in the description box down below. Moving on to the type of lenses that I use, lenses are really important for capturing things the way that you want them to be seen. So if your camera body is like your brain, your lens is kind of like your eyeballs. That's like a good way to remember it. So better lenses allow for better focusing and for better attention to detail. The lens that actually came with the camera is this guy right here. So this is the 18 to 55 millimeter lens. This is the kit lens. This is great for starting out, which I did. Well, no, I started out using my iPhone, but then I went to this, and then now I have this guy, obviously. The one that I use now is the Sigma 18 to 35 millimeter f1.8 lens. I like had to memorize that so many times. So it has a sharper image and better color reproduction than this guy does, and it also has a fairly wide angle with a bit of zoom, which is perfect for what I need since I'm just in front of the camera and I don't have a whole lot of space in here. Now let's talk audio. So this guy here is the Rode VideoMic Pro Plus. So this is a shotgun style mic, which means that it's directional, so it's only going to really pick up my voice and drown out any outside noises. So the great thing about this actual microphone is that it turns on automatically when you turn on your camera, which is great because I used to have one that sat on here and I would always forget to turn it on, or I would forget to turn it off, and then it would be like on for like days at a time, and then you also couldn't tell when the battery was gonna die on it, and it was an all-around mess. This one's great because it does plug into the wall. It's wired up here through all of that shit and it's plugged in, so it never runs out. So this is mounted to the wall on a triangle mount to boom the mic over the lighting and closer to my mouth, just so that it's better audio in general. It's also great for when I drop things. You can't hear it because it's up higher. It doesn't like bounce off my table or anything. Ugh. Before I got this guy, I also had another Rode microphone that was sitting here, and it was on my desk on a little tripod. And it was so annoying because when I would drop something, you would hear it. And this is just great for it being mounted to the wall and it's like above me so that you can't like capture any of that like vibration. And also I don't hit it. Like when I had the one on the tripod on here, I would literally like constantly be bumping into it, or like you would just like hear like everything like vibrating off of this surface. It was so annoying. So I'm so glad to have this one up higher. Finishing up with the audio, I really want to quickly mention these acoustic foam sound blocks. So I have them up top here and I have them behind my camera, so it's all right here. I don't know if you can see that. I'm going to insert an image so you guys can see that more clearly. But these are perfect because the foam actually catches your voice and doesn't bounce back on anything. And also if I were to drop something, I have the ones on the ceiling that kind of absorb some of that sound. So it's just like, I don't know, it's so like professional in here, you know what I mean? So we also have acoustic foam and sound blankets on the windows here. So I can't really see it because but yeah, so this is all blocked out. We do have a highway in the back of our yard. So in the winter especially, you can really hear it because there's no leaves on the trees. So it really does echo through. And also it just drowns out any like lawn mowing or like kids playing outside, stupid kids. It also blocks out a lot of light in here. Well, actually there's like no light in here since we put those in, because what happens is if you have a light source that's just on one side of you, you're really not getting even light from both sides, so it's kind of like multi-benefits. Okay, so now that we're past all the super technical part, we can finally breathe now. That part was so hard for me to memorize because I am not great with camera equipment. This whole studio is literally because my boyfriend knows a lot about technology and it's something that he's very passionate about. So I really spent a lot of time with him to try to break everything down so that I would be able to explain it to someone else, because I fully wanted to understand it myself so that I could explain it to someone else who is like me. So anyone who's starting out and really wants to know in-depth information about things but isn't like a real techie person, I kind of broke this down in a way that at least I hope that it will help someone out there who's like me, who literally knows nothing about these things. So I hope that this is helpful, and I'm gonna continue with the tour, but I just wanted to kind of let you breathe a little bit. If you're getting overwhelmed, don't get overwhelmed. I am trying to let you know in between things that I started out with, because a lot of these things are very expensive equipment and you don't need to start out at that point. Like seriously, start out with your phone. That's what I started out with, just like a cheap ring light. This one's a little more expensive, but we started out with a cheaper ring light on Amazon. Just kind of go with what you have. If you have natural sunlight, do that. Like really work with what you have. But yeah, let's move on, guys. Yeah, I just kind of wanted to put that little tidbit in there just in case you're feeling overwhelmed or like, fuck this, you know. Also, I was thinking of doing kind of like a deeper dive on my actual filming setup, so I'll go into like each specific thing in like my settings for my camera and how everything's actually hooked up. Let me know if that's something that you want to see. I know that's something that would be super confusing to me if I didn't have my boyfriend who knew how to do all this stuff. So if that's something that you want to see, let me know in the comments down below and I will have that for you. Let's move on to lighting. So my main light source is my ring light right here. So this is by the brand Neewer. In the model, it's R192. Yes. This one is a bicolor LED, which just means that you can change the temperature on it from being like a bright white light to like a yellow light. When I started out with the ring light that I used to start out, we got it on Amazon and it was like the cheapest one I think we could find. And what it had was, it had these plates on it that you could, it was like interchangeable plates and it was like a few different color temperatures. So if you wanted more of a yellow light, you would plug in like these little like, it was kind of like this, but it would peel away into like, I think it was 4 different parts. And you could like clip in like a yellow lighted one or like a white light. And I think we just always used the light white version. But yeah, so that's good to start out with as well, but this guy is kind of like the next step up, I guess. So I have this one matched to the same color temperature as all the other lighting in here, just so that it's like one cohesive feel. Make sense? Alright, so next I have these softboxes right here. So these are 2 large softboxes. They have 5 bulbs in them. And basically these guys, when they came in, they came with like a pole. So they were attached each side to the pole and they had like a big like tripod bottom to them. So they really just took up a lot of space in here. So it was my boyfriend's idea to mount all of this stuff to the wall just to kind of streamline it a little more and save space, since this is like such a tiny room in here. It probably looks a lot bigger on camera. So I have these guys turned in at a 45-degree angle just so that it lights my face evenly and I'm not just having like the harshness of the ring light just shining on me. So this kind of gives it that cohesive feel. I think I said cohesive in like every single take. But these guys are great because they're fully adjustable, so you can literally move them up and down and out and back. So it's just like, oh, it's so convenient. But it's funny because I did start with, find them. Okay, so these were the guys that I originally started out with. Sorry guys, my hair is so greasy. I'm like, ugh. Okay, so these are actually by Neewer as well, which are the stands, and also the ring light is by Neewer. I think I already said that. But these guys are just like plastic. We got these on Amazon for pretty cheap. I don't want to like blind you. Let me see if I turn it on. But these guys here, I don't want to like shine it directly in the camera, but I had two of these guys and these were on either side of my camera. But yeah, these are what I started out with. They're super harsh. I don't think you can change the color gradient on these. I think it's just, these might have the things where you took them out and you can, I think we had like a yellow thing that clamped on here if you wanted yellow light. But yeah, so these pretty much just, you can turn them up or down. But yeah, so that's what I started out with. You don't have to start out with the Softboxes. They're a little more expensive, obviously. But yeah, these were super cheap and they did the job. Next up, we have our hair light right up here. So this guy is just another Softbox and it's mounted to the wall on that same triangle mount that we had up there. So this guy just shines light on the top of your head to give you more dimensions so that you don't look flat. And lastly, I have my backlight right here. So this is pretty much just like a spotlight, but we put a cone around it just to help direct light. So this is a lot like the hair light in the fact that it creates that depth of field. And it also just, it like illuminates your background, but it also creates like a really flattering kind of like aura around your body, like bloom of light. If you check out some of my old videos, oh my, you can tell the difference. Like I think I started out with just, like I had just the ring light. Oh my god, guys. And it was like tilted in a weird way where like I looked like I was like 100 in those old videos. Like go and watch the Mr. Krabs video. Oh my god. That is like, I don't even want you to see that actually, don't do that. Alright, so this has to be my all-time favorite gadget that we've come across. How cool is that? So this is a remote-controlled power strip. This guy controls all the lighting in my studio, which has changed my entire life. You have no idea, guys. When you're feeling inspired, you don't want to have to come in the studio and flip on every single light switch. It's just, it takes forever. And sometimes it can really deflate you and you're just like not in the mood anymore to create. I don't know if you guys are like that, but I am very like moody in that way. Like if I want to get started, I want to get started right away. Like it annoys me if there's any kind of delay. And sometimes that can really change my mood. So this guy has been such a lifesaver, and it was only like $30 to $35. I believe we got this one on Amazon as well. I'll link this down below for you. But yeah, I'm telling you guys. Okay, so next I want to talk about my desktop. Okay, so this whole thing is from IKEA. So we have the tabletop here. This is a 78-inch tabletop. Before I had, I think it was a 48-inch. I just recently got this bigger one because I feel like I needed more space to just move in here, and once we started mounting everything to the wall, I had more space to work with. So now that I have a bigger tabletop, it like gives me more room to breathe. I feel so much better. And also, I doubled my drawer amount. So it used to just be, what did I say, the 48-inch tabletop, and then I just had one of these on each side. So now I have, I have 2 sets of the Alex drawers, which are really cheap and they're just so convenient. Like they're just like simple pull-out drawers. This is a mess, I shouldn't have shown you that. But these are great, they're super cheap, and I feel like every single YouTuber and beauty person, anyone in general who does some kind of filming, I feel like they all have this, so you know it's good. And you know, I'll go into like another video with like what I actually store in my drawers. I'm not gonna do it now anyway because I'm making it seem like I'm not going to show you right now because it'll make the video longer, but actually I don't have anything organized in here, so let me clean that up first and I'll do a video on it. Next, I have my mirror here. This is for doing all my makeups. I love the long mirror. This is just perfect, especially if you guys follow me, you know I do like, not full body face paintings, but I go to like here at least. So I do need a longer mirror. This one is perfect. I got this guy at IKEA as well. And I have my little mount here, not my mount, my stand. So this is my iPad stand. I just hold this guy up here. I do have two iPads, which may seem a little excessive. This is my older one. I got this one a few years ago. And my new guy is back here. I just took it off the charger. But I normally use this and prop it up over here with a picture of the character that I'm working on. And then I have this guy for if I want to watch like YouTube videos. I have it on the side here so I can still see it. Now, back behind here, I do have like a little TV where I can watch like movies and things like that on there. Especially for cartoons, when I'm sitting here for like 4 to 6 hours, it can be a little monotonous. So I normally try to put on a video that I've seen like a million times, like Nightmare Before Christmas or Coraline, where it's kind of just like in the background and I kind of just like can feel like the ambiance of the movie without like having to actually watch it, since my mirror like blocks it anyway. But that's always nice to have. Next up, I have my chair here. So this guy is IKEA as well. And this, I have this little guy, I think we got this on Amazon. Actually, I don't know, Ruben picked this up. So we'll have this linked in the description box. But, what does that say? Fortem. The extra mile. I don't know. It's pretty much just like a contoured seat cushion. This one specifically is really good because if you see, it's arched a little higher in the back. And it really just kind of helps you with your posture, like keep you upright. So yeah, I love that guy. And also this seat is like really hard without it. It's funny because I used it without this for such a long time. I just got the seat cushion like 2 weeks ago, but it's saved my life. Okay guys, so now for my backdrops, these are these guys right here. I have them in all different colors. These are called seamlesses. I get them from BH Photo and these are in the size 84, I believe. Let me check the notes. Yes, 84. But you can get these in all different kinds of dimensions. It just really depends on how big your room is or how big you actually want them to be. I do have a much bigger one. I don't know how big that one is. It's like 1.5 feet bigger than this guy, so whatever that would be. Maybe like 2 feet more, I don't know. But I use that for when I have like, when I need like more angles so that it fills out more space so that you don't see like my closet area or anything in the back. It's just like fully like that color background. But yeah, these guys are perfect. They're pretty cheap. I guess I wouldn't say pretty cheap, but they're definitely worth it. You can get them in all different sizes, like I said. It really just depends on what you're trying to go for. I think I have like, what, like 10 colors maybe. But yeah, I didn't start out with that. I started out with just poster boards. I went over to AC Moore and they had the poster boards. I think they were in like the photo center and they were called like some kind of like photo poster board. I don't know why they were called that, but you can use any kind of poster board. You can go to the dollar store and just get poster boards. You can just get a plain one and paint it, whatever you want. Be creative. But seriously, those were so cheap. That's what I started out with before I started filming. So I would just take pictures before I started filming, so I really only needed something that was just covering here. So I would get like real close to it and just like take my picture. But yeah, these guys are perfect, and yeah, like I said, you can get them on BH Photo or they sell them on Amazon as well. So I'll have everything linked down below for you. Also, I wanted to mention that we actually have a pole installed up here. I don't know if you can even see that. It's like, you know what? Let me get my thing. Okay. Okay, so we have a pole installed up here. So that's this guy right here. And we have these little clamps here so that we can clamp the actual background up on here. Did that make any sense? But yeah, there are stands for the backgrounds, but they take up so much space and you really just don't need that. I don't know. If you're handy and you can do something like this, definitely do it. So we just have this mounted to the cabinet area right here, which is perfect for us. It saves a lot of space, and I mean, seriously, it's like, it's not really taking up any room at all because we already have the cabinets here. So that is that. Also behind these backdrops here, the cabinets that we have, I have all of my like wigs stored. In the drawers I have like just like random like props and things like that I need, extra paper, all of that stuff is in there. It's really convenient to have, so those are actually by IKEA as well. Maybe I'll show that in one of my like more in-depth videos where I'll take down the backgrounds completely and show you guys what are in those cabinets and drawers, so that might be fun. Let me know if you want to see that. I also have a closet over here with sliding doors. Those are just where I keep all of my like PR boxes and things like that. I hate throwing some of them away because they look so cool, so, and also I don't have like enough room to store all of my makeup. Well, I probably do. Now, I have like all this storage, but I just haven't gotten to it yet. So those are where all of my PR boxes are. And I think that's it, guys. This is like crazy. I can't even believe like I'm finally doing this tour. I've had so many requests for it, so I hope that you guys love it. Okay, so one of the benefits to going with a cheaper camera is that you can have another camera and another lighting setup to take wherever you'd like. So I figure my living room would be a good area to have like almost like a second studio for filming. I can picture myself doing like unboxings on the couch, or maybe we'll do Mental Health Mondays while I'm cooking something, take you guys in the kitchen with me. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. I really want to let you in on my life, and this is like my all-time favorite space in the whole house. So I don't know, let me know what you guys think. I feel like this is very me, so I want to let you guys in a little bit. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Also let me know what you think of the studio tour. I've been getting so many requests for it, so I hope that that was everything that you imagined. I did leave a lot of things out because, like I said, I'm going to be going into in-depth videos on specific things if you guys were interested in that. So let me know what you think of everything down below. And yeah, I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next one.